By the end of the summer, Nicholas and Helena had been away from America for over a year, and though they had exchanged scores of letters with their disciples, this was no substitute for personal contact. An appearance by Roerich seemed in order. Sviatoslav had to return to school in any event, and there were 1,000 arrangements to make for the upcoming expedition. On September 22, 1924, Nicholas and Sviatoslav left Darjeeling for Calcutta, from which they would voyage to Europe. Though brief, the landbound part of this trip proved eventful. En route to Calcutta, in the hill station of Kurshung, Nicholas and Sviatoslav were privileged to meet the grande dame of Western Buddhists. This was Alexandra David-Neel, recently returned from her most recent Tibetan journey, soon recounted in her 1927 book My Journey to Lhasa, and touring in the company of the Japanese monk Akai Kawaguchi. Many of our modern impressions of Tibet still come from David-Neel, and Roerich felt starstruck by her presence. It was in her footsteps he now hoped to follow, so he pumped her for as much advice as he could get. He was delighted to hear from her that Tibet was abuzz with tidings of Shambhala and talk of Maitreya's return. Such news, he told Helena, augured well for their own designs. Emboldened by this interview, Roerich made the rest of his way to Calcutta with Sviatoslav, then sailed onward to France. After a brief stop in Paris and some meetings with Georges Cheklever and Alexei Remezov, father and son crossed the Atlantic on the Aquitania. They reached New York on October 24.